Now they know that I'm very close to authorities as in politicians,
Okay.
businessmen and stuff. I then met Hawks members that I know personally from Job Exhibit. They arrived. Hi, Malcolm. How are you? We've been told to come here. We've been told that we are here as well. Then I said, "Sir, I'm here. I'm the one that called General." Then they verified those people that they are. Then they came out and said, "Okay, it's confirmed. They are policemen." When I called the General, I actually put my phone on the speaker. They could hear I was talking to General Godfrey Libya. So it came as a surprise when General Ntlantam Kwanali, when he said someone at the house called head of the Hawks to intervene and try to stop the police from doing their job.
Prominent Johannesburg businessman Malcolm X has confirmed that he contacted former Hawks head Godfrey Libya on the day Santon and entrepreneur Katiso Katie Molefe was arrested in December 2024. This revelation comes amid a deepening investigation into the 2022 murder of a popular DJ known as DJ Somebody. The high-profile case has peeled back layers of alleged criminality involving a market network of organized crime, political figures, and elements within law enforcement. DJ Somebody was gunned down in a brutal assassination on 20 November 2022 in the Woodmead, Johannesburg. The attack, described by police as a targeted hit, also claimed the life of his bodyguards. The police suspect the shooting stemmed from disputes tied to the underworld, possibly involving drug networks, tender fraud, or business rivalries. For nearly 2 years, the case saw little progress, but a major breakthrough came in July 2025 when police arrested 4 suspects, including Molefe, former police detective Michael Mabunda, and 2 others yet to be publicly named. Investigators say forensic evidence, particularly ballistics, has linked firearms recovered during the suspect's arrest to not only DJ Somebody's killing, but also to at least 10 other high-profile cases, including the April 2024 murder of Transnet engineer Armand Swart, who was embroiled in a multi-million rand tender fraud. In an exclusive interview, Malcolm X, an influential figure in entertainment, construction, and media circles, shed light on his controversial involvement in the arrest operation at Molefe's Santon residence on 6 December 2024. He said he rushed to the property after receiving a distressed call from someone he described as close associate of Molefe, like a brother, fearing Molefe was being targeted for a kidnapping or extrajudicial hit by individuals pretending to be law enforcement. He said, "When I arrived, there were around 35 to 40 people at the scene. Some vehicles had no registration numbers and several people wore balaclavas. They wouldn't show identification." Concerned, Malcolm X phoned General Libya to verify whether the operation was indeed sanctioned by the Hawks. "I said, General, there are people here who claim to be Hawks officers and sent by you." According to Malcolm X, Libya later called back to confirm the Hawks were not involved and dispatched a verification team. Only after Hawks members known to Malcolm X personally arrived and confirmed the legitimacy of the arresting officers did the operation proceed, and said, "I didn't try to stop the arrest. I only wanted to make sure the officers were legitimate." Malcolm X denied allegations made by Libya that he had acted as a police informant in the past and said, "I'm not an informant. I've never been registered as one." He acknowledged meeting Libya once at his Pretoria office in 2023 on unrelated matters and said their communication was facilitated through high-level government connections, and said, "I'm often called in emergencies because of my network. This was one of those cases." Despite the businessman's inconsistencies have emerged. Initially, Malcolm X described the distressed caller as Molefe's friend, later referring to him as a brother. He also contacted Gauteng Police Commissioner Elias Mawela, referred to as Ntletla Mkhwanazi in some reports, to deny interference, though no official response has been issued. Adding to the intrigue, Patriotic Alliance deputy leader and the then Johannesburg MMC for Transport, Kenny Kunene, was present at Molefe's home during the arrest. Kunene claimed he was accompanying a young journalist from Africa News Global for an exclusive interview with Molefe. Kunene said Mr. Molefe and I are not friends, distancing himself from the accused. However, his long-standing personal and business relationship with Malcolm X, dating back to their nightclub ventures in 2005, raised eyebrows. Following intense political backlash, the PA leader, Gaten McKenzie, suspended Kunene for a month, framing the incident as possible setup. Kunene has since resigned from both his councillor and MMC positions and stepped back from the party duties. The PA leader, President Gaten McKenzie, has decided to name 24-year-old Liam Jacobs as the new member of the mayoral committee, MMC for Transport in Johannesburg. Mackenzie stated that Jacobs will not only bring fresh ideas to Johannesburg's troubled transport portfolio, but is also being positioned to contest the Tshwane mayoral race in 2026, and said this is about building capacity in the next generation. Liam is bold, principled, and eager to serve. We want him to get the practical experience in government ahead of the 2026. The arrests have reignited national debates around crime, political interference, and the state's ability to dismantle criminal networks. KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi previously alleged that a group of Hawks officers attempted to obstruct Molefe's arrest on Libya's orders, claims the former Hawks boss denies. Libya maintains his actions were limited to verifying the identity of operatives at the scene and dispatching a verification team as per protocol, and said, I did not know their relationship, declining to elaborate on Malcolm X's previous role as an alleged informant, citing security concerns. Meanwhile, police spokesperson Brigadier Atlenda Mate confirmed that the weapons recovered during the operation were linked to 10 additional high-profile cases. She described the suspects as part of possible death squad network operating with apparent impunity until now. The matter was postponed at the Alexandra Magistrates Court on 29 July 2025, with the next hearing set for 18 September 2025 for bail applications and further investigation. The Economic Freedom Fighters applauded the arrest, calling them a step towards justice for DJ Sambode and his family. The party urged law enforcement to act swiftly against all involved in such politically sensitive assassinations that rob communities of talent and foster a climate of fear. Private investigation firm IRS Forensic Investigations was brought on board in March 2025 to support the complex investigation as authorities work to untangle a web of murders, fraud, and alleged cover-ups. Determined to clear his name, Malcolm X said he is willing to testify in any official inquiry and said, if they don't call me, I'll force myself in. I've got nothing to hide. As the country watches closely, the case is fast becoming a litmus test for the integrity of South Africa's justice system, one that will either expose the rot or reinforce public trust in the rule of law. What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.